My pranams to all the teachers, and I wish you all a very happy Deepavali. The festival Deepavali is going to bring lot of light and brightness to the lives. So similarly, teachers can bring such a light in the life of a student. So there are many great teachers because of whose efforts great intellectuals, great patriots could be able to be created. I take few names. Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa combination, it produced a genius who could tell the world what Indian spirituality is, what is the message of universal brotherhood to all the countries in the world. So it's because a student and a teacher, they can make a wonderful combination. Similarly, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he in a small village Rameshwaram, trained by a great teacher called Siva Subramanian Iyer, a small boy from the Rameshwaram, he could become the missile man and he could become the President of India also. So Dr. Kalam always used to tell about his teacher. After assuming as the President of India, the first person whom he visited was his school teacher. Similarly, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I mean, if you imagine the days of discrimination in those years, his teacher, Mahadev Ambedkar, has taken so much of interest in this boy, and in fact, he changed his surname also. Bhimji Ramji Ambavatkar was the name of this boy. But realizing the discrimination what the society is showing against the downtrodden, his teacher Mahadev Ambedkar has changed his name from Ambavatkar to Ambedkar. And that is the love and affection what a teacher has shown on a small boy. And he became one of the greatest persons, and he could give us the wonderful constitution to all of us. Why I am giving all these examples are the role of a teacher and what a teacher can make and what a teacher can bring out the qualities in a student. You all have such capabilities. You all have such potential. You have such students. Only thing is you need to encourage them. You need to bring them up. You need to make them realize their potential. But of late what I am seeing is that most of the schools and colleges, mostly schools, many of the teachers are thinking that their job is to finish the syllabus. The schools are not meant to finish the syllabus. Schools are meant to churn out the best citizens to this nation. So my sincere request to all of you is, never discuss about syllabus, never discuss about examinations. Always discuss about the knowledge and the wisdom what the students are getting from you. Don't give them notes. Let them understand the lessons and let them prepare their own notes. And securing marks in the examination is not the target of education. Education is meant to totally transform an individual. So that's why Dr. Kalam also and Swami Vivekananda also says, education is the manifestation of perfection already there in an individual. So along with curriculum, you have to teach them so many other things. Of late what I am seeing is that mostly the maths, physics, chemistry and biology, most of the teachers are telling that these are the important subjects. But languages play a very, very important role in a student's life. So I request all of you to give a lot of emphasis to languages, because we as children in the schools, we always cherished the classes of the language teachers, because language teachers, they can actually inculcate lot of good qualities in the students. because they have a wide scope of teaching the children of various things pertaining to the value system, pertaining to the conduct, pertaining to the discipline, and they can really do wonders. So in fact, I keep asking the managements also to give lot of importance to the languages along with the other subjects. And also as a teacher, always think that you are a professional. A professional is one who never thinks about his promotions, who never thinks about his salaries, and who never thinks about his increments. A professional always thinks that, as a teacher, if you are a professional, you think that teaching is your religion. And you always feel that you are blessed to be working as a teacher, and also in an institute called the Delhi Public School, and also the most enthusiastic management led by Chairman Sri Komaraya Garu, and you have a wonderful atmosphere to excel. So I request all of you to excel as a teacher, because the respect what a teacher gets, no other profession can get. I give you a small example. You all know Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. He was our president. And in fact, as a president, he visited a country called Oman. And Muscat is the capital of Oman. When the aeroplane carrying Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma landed at Muscat, the king of that nation, he climbs up the stairs, he opens the door and greets the president. President was astonished, because as per the protocol, a king need not come and receive any president, because the president goes and meets the king in his palace. So to his surprise, he found the king opening the door and greeting him. Then, after climbing down the stairs, he makes President Shankar Dayal Sharma sit in the car, and he asked the driver to go and sit in another vehicle. The king himself drives. He drove Shankar Dayal Sharma to the palace, and he prepared tea and offered it to Sharma. President Shankar Dayal Sharma was totally astonished. Why the king is behaving like this? Then I asked him, you have broken all the protocol and you have come all the way to the airport and you opened the flight's door and you greeted and you drove me to the palace and you prepared the tea and offered to me. Then the king says, sir, I was a student of you when you were teaching in Ferguson College, Pune. I was your student. I have a lot of respect for you. The way you taught us, the way you inculcated so many qualities in us, we can never forget your contribution. Because of you, I could rule this nation, and I am ruling this nation so well. This is what is the power of a teacher. This is what is the power of a teacher. So a teacher can always influence the student. So there are so many examples of great teachers. There is one name which I always take with a lot of respect. His name is Gijubai Vadeka. He was a school teacher in Gujarat. He used to finish off the entire subject by telling the students stories. Students were so fond of him. Students were not ready to leave the school also after the school hours. They were always be with Gijubai Vadeka, and they wanted to learn more and more. So that type of interest you have to kindle in the minds of the students. That is possible because the 45 minutes of your teaching time, nobody is there to disturb you. It is your time. How exactly you use this time, how effectively you use this time, how much interest you generate in the students, that is your imagination. There is no set line for a teacher. A teacher can introduce the concepts, a teacher can tell the stories, or he can bring in so many things to the minds of the students. So it's a wonderful job, a teacher. That's why you all know Balagangadhar Tilak. He was also a teacher. he gave a great slogan to the nation, India. Freedom is my birthright and I shall have it. Those were the days of freedom struggle. And Bala Gangadhar Tilak used to teach Sanskrit in Pune college. So during that time he was so active in the freedom movement. So many media people or the journalists, they started asking him, Mr. Tilak, the freedom is going to come definitely to India. When India becomes free or when India attains independence, are you going to become a prime minister? Are you going to be a defense minister? Are you going to be an education minister? Then Bala Gangadhar Tilak replied to them, I am a teacher. Through this teaching profession, I can create so many prime ministers. I can produce so many defense ministers. I can produce so many education ministers. When such a powerful job is with me, when such a powerful teaching profession is with me, why should I become a prime minister? Why should I become a defense minister? Why should I become an education minister? This is the reply given by him. This shows the commitment of a teacher and this shows the power of a teacher. So why I am giving these examples is to make you realize the potential. Nowadays, getting marks in the examination or getting good grades in the examination and getting a seat in the IIT or in the medical colleges, this is seen as the success of any educational institution. But every day when I open the newspaper, I find so many ghastly incidents happening in the society. Then I always think, all these people who are committing these crimes, they also might have gone to a school or they might have gone to a college also. Some teachers might have taught them. But why these students are becoming like this? Why these students are becoming like this? This is because only academics are being taught in the schools and colleges nowadays. We are not giving importance to the other things like discipline, like inculcation of values, morals. So because of the lacking of discipline, morals, ethics in life, a person, though he is getting educated, but he is committing crime like this. So I say such people are not getting educated, they are just becoming illiterates. They are just becoming literate, they are not educated. Educated person will not do this. Education will bring change in him. The way he looks at the society, the way he looks at the mankind will definitely change once he is an educated person. But what we are imparting is only literacy. That's why I always give an example. For a person who is a literate, in Sanskrit, we call him as Sakshara. That means a person who is a literate, we call him Sakshara. Just take a minute and try to read Sakshara from reverse. It becomes Rakshasa. That means if you make a student only literate or a Sakshara, he is going to behave like a Rakshasa in the society, like a demon. So what is happening in the society is such demons are creating havoc in the society. So our job is to bring out an educated. We have to impart education to them, not the literacy. On this Diwali day, Narakasura, the demon, was killed. Similarly, in our institutions, we should be able to impart education and not just literacy. Otherwise, if you impart only literacy, there will be so many Narakasurs in this society. We are seeing every day these Narakasurs. So we need so many Krishnas and we need so many Satyabhamas to kill such Narakasurs. So who are those in present days? You are the people. Teachers are the people who have to kill these demons. And so just don't be satisfied by making a child literate. A child should be made an educated person. After coming out of the institution or your school, people should say that these type of children are required for the society. Children with discipline, children with ethics, children with moral values, brotherhood, giving respect to the parents, giving respect to the elders, and patriotic feelings and loving the nation and respecting the nation. These are the qualities what we need in a student. So whenever there is a time, teach the children some patriotic songs. Or maybe in your class, start your class by telling them a good story, a patriotic story or a good moral story. It will take only 2 minutes, but the students get oriented, and something coming out from a teacher, it makes profound impact on them, because teachers have so much of faith, students have so much of faith on the teachers. I mean, because children, when they come home, I used to look at their homework or their class books. I used to teach them the way I learnt, but they said, no, my teacher has told like this, this is correct. This is what the students argue. My children used to argue. So that means the teachers occupy such an important place in the minds of the students. So kindly realize this and make them good citizens of this nation. This is what we need now, because we boast of having the maximum number of youth in this country, that we call it as a demographic dividend. We always say India is having a very good demographic dividend. We have so many youth in this country. But what type of youth? I mean, youth who are good, who are ethical, who are having moral values, who are disciplined, they can produce wonderful results and they can steer the nation in this turmoil. Take the example of Dr. APJ Kalam, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Swami Vivekananda. There are so many people who have been wonderful students, who have become wonderful students, and the impact of the teachers was so good. Earlier time, students used to go to Gurukuls. They used to spend lot of time in the presence of a teacher. But nowadays, it is not so. Students are spending time in the homes and also in the schools. So the impact of parents is also very important. So my request to all of you is, involve the parents also in the process of education and involve them also. Along with teaching the children, you should teach the parents also. Then only the results will come. Just don't be satisfied with your PTA meetings. Involve the parents and get some volunteers from the parents also to come and be with the children. So an educated parent and a professional teacher, they will definitely churn out great students and great patriots to this nation. So always tell stories also to children, because you can introduce concepts in the form of stories. Stories make profound impact on the students. That's why I gave the example of Gijubai Badeka. He used to complete the whole syllabus through stories, and the students used to perform very well in the examination. And also give lot of importance to the sports also. I am fortunate to say that Sri Kumaraya Garu, he gives lot of importance to the sports. All the DPS schools, Nacharam and also the Pallavi schools, I have seen they have huge playgrounds, because a playground teaches lot of life lessons to a student. It tells what is a win and what is a defeat, how these things keep on changing. A student who plays sports and games has a different attitude altogether towards life. So give importance and also tell the parents also, because parents always feel that playing games is a waste of time. That's why you see so many people, children ending up in depressions. Some people go to the extent of committing suicides. So these are the things what we are observing in the society. So most of the cases where the children, they don't play games, they finally get depressed, because a small thing also may affect them. But if a student plays games every day, he knows one day I will win, the other day I may lose, but again I have a chance to win. This type of winning and defeating concepts will be imbibed in him. So any situation in life also, he will take it with that sportsman spirit. That's why they call it as sportsman spirit. So this sportsman spirit has to be inculcated in the students. So you are in a wonderful profession, and always don't compare yourself with anybody, because we generally, teachers, keep comparing ourselves with maybe your classmate or maybe someone who studied with you in the college. He is in a IT sector, or he is in a software sector, or he is in the civil services, or he is pursuing a government job. Never compare, because the job of a teacher is, you cannot compare with any other profession. It is a God gifted. So you are all so gifted that in this birth you all have become teachers. So consider always you as a professional and make teaching as your religion. Always think that you are blessed to become teachers. And also have a good coordination between the teachers also. Have a good coordination among the teachers, and give importance to, as I mentioned, in the languages, and go down to the level of a student to teach. So that's why Swami Vivekananda says, education is not the transmission of what is there in the textbooks to the brains of the students. It is the total transformation of an individual, he says. So get down to the level of a student and understand his IQ, understand his level, and then try to teach them. The same method may not be useful for all the students. You need different type of teaching methodology to different type of students. So practice. That's why you are called Upadhyaya, Upa-Adhyaya. So you also learn along with the student. You also get educated along with a student. So that is what. I mean, teaching is nothing but learning. So, because in the present day situation, and with a lot of information technology coming, with a lot of artificial intelligence coming in, the job of a teacher is becoming very difficult, because everything is available on the gadgets. Everything is available on the phones. So a teacher has to work more and more to impress upon the students. Otherwise, they will say that this is available in our mobile phones. This is available on our internet. This is available on our chat GPT. So children always look for much more from you. That is, along with academics, you try to teach them conduct, good moral values, good ethical values. So this combination of academics and these things will make a best student. So I take this opportunity to, you have been doing a wonderful job, I know, but there is always a scope for betterment. There is always a scope for doing the job much better. Also, you also need to read lot of books. Don't get satisfied with your textbooks, what you are teaching. If you want to teach a class 8 student, you have to read the books of post-graduation, because those concepts you have to bring in and you have to tell the students and make the subjects interesting. Always tell the practical applications of the subjects to the students. Then they can realize and they can visualize what is the importance of this concept, especially in mathematics. The algebra, the differentiation, the trigonometry, the integration and all. Just don't teach like this. How this differentiation, how this integration, how this trigonometry, how this algebra, all this is going to help them in their lives. If you can tell them, they will be thoroughly impressed. They will be thoroughly impressed and they generate lot of interest. So I think some of the thoughts which I have, I thought I'll share with you. And let's all together, the management, the teachers, the parents, all together, if we work together along with the students, then definitely we can create wonders. The nation is looking for such type of wonderful children, this type of innovative children, that type of creative children. So always try to make a children creative. Don't stop them. Let them ask questions. Always encourage students to ask questions, because a thinking student always becomes a better individual, because they have so many questions to ask. They have so many things to express. Allow them to ask. Allow them to express. and try to clear their doubts. In the process, we also learn so many things. So make the children inquisitive, make the children creative, make the children innovative. Don't snub them. Always encourage them to be inquisitive, because ultimately make the children to imagine, make the children to dream big. Because I always say, imagination is the only nation that is going to survive in the future. A country where the citizens or the students are more imaginative, more creative, so that country is going to progress. That country is going to be a role model to the other countries. Because it is always said, in classrooms, the future of the nation is there. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan said that. In the four walls of a classroom, the future of the nation depends. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon through which you can achieve anything. So such type of power and such type of importance the education has. So let us not be satisfied with making children literate. Let us make everybody have good qualities and they are really educated. So I thank Komarai Garu for giving me this wonderful opportunity to meet all of you, maybe through this virtual this thing. And also, the social media is creating a lot of impact on the students. Social media, especially the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the Twitter, and also there are so many other things, Snapchat, the Reels and the Shorts. They are having tremendous impact on the children, because of which they are unable to focus for a longer time. The average time of concentration of the children is deteriorating day by day. Now it is 29 seconds. A day will come very soon that the span of attention is going to remain only for 13 seconds. That is because of the influence of the gadgets, the influence of the social media. As teachers, you should also tell them how a social media can be used effectively. Because the moment you say social media, stop it, the children may react in a different way. But as a teacher, if you tell, they always listen. So through some good examples and by giving some real-time examples what are happening in the society, if you can tell the children, then they will definitely try to understand and they will try to mend their ways. So the social media is and also these electronic gadgets are very, very dangerous things which is hampering the progress of a child. And also because of this, the children are not going for playing also. So this is another impact of that. So convince the parents also. You as a teacher, never open your phone in a classroom. You switch off your phone. Never attend to your phone. You tell the parents also same thing. The moment children come home, the parents also, they should not use the phone. Because there are so many things what you can learn through newspapers, through textbooks, through interactions, by going to the libraries, everything. So at the same time, the internet also can be used as a positive weapon. That's why I say, if you give a knife to mother, she cuts the vegetables very well. If you give the same knife to a surgeon, he conducts surgeries very well. If you give the same knife to a criminal, he is going to commit some crime. So the social media or the electronic gadgets are also same. So how you are using and what is the utility of that, that is going to decide your future. So because change is there, development is there, we have to live along with the development. But at the same time, how this technology and how this social media can be positively used, that you need to learn and you need to tell the students. So in fact, the responsibility of the teachers have gone up, because most of the parents, what they say is, we are sending our children to the schools, now it is the responsibility of the school and the teachers to teach them and to mend them. We did our job by sending them to school. This type of attitude we are seeing among most of the parents. But as teachers, as management, you should impress upon the parents that it is the combination or the combined efforts or the joint efforts of the parents and teachers that is going to churn out the best individual out of this thing. So I wish you all the best, and I once again wish you a very happy Diwali, and with our efforts, and let us dedicate ourselves for the betterment of the students and betterment of the nation. Let us make the nation, India, a great nation and a developed nation. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai.